This beautiful dish brings the comforting flavors of fall to your guests. Acorn Squash Mousse Tart with spicy pecan brittle and candied bacon. The crisp and nutty pecan brittle, the smoky bacon, and the sweet creamy mousse work together to make this delicious combination. Let's get started. First, let's make the tart shell. Here, I have New Mexico pecans, which are going to add a nutty, floral, and sweet flavor to my tart crust. Spicy New Mexico chili gets all the glory when it comes to New Mexico's best-known edible crops. But do you want in on a culinary secret? Plain Jane pecans are the #1 commercial food crop in the state. And when it comes to nationwide production, New Mexico is the second largest producer in the U.S. Place the pecans into a food processor along with flour and sugar, and then process until the pecans are coarsely ground. Add chilled butter cubes to the flour mixture and pulse until a flaky texture is developed. Add water and pulse until combined. Roll the dough between 2 pieces of plastic wrap until it's about 1/4 inch thick. Allow this to chill for 20 minutes, and after chilling, I place the dough into 4-inch tart pans, making sure that the dough is pressed into the shells. Prick the bottom of the tarts with a fork a few times, and chill them for 30 minutes. Once chilled, place a parchment round on top of the dough of each tart shell. Add baking beans or weights to each tart and bake those in a 325-degree oven Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes. They'll need another 15 minutes of baking with the baking beans and parchment paper removed. Once golden brown, allow the tart shells to cool completely. Now, onto the acorn squash mousse. To a food processor, add in the flesh from roasted acorn squash, ground cinnamon, vanilla extract, maple syrup, and sugar. Puree until very smooth. Next, gently fold the squash puree into some whipped heavy cream until just combined. Keep this covered and chilled until we're ready to fill our tarts. The next component of this dish I'm going to show you is the spicy pecan brittle. In a medium saucepan, add the water, sugar, and corn syrup. Bring this to a boil, stirring constantly, and continue to boil until it reaches 340 degrees Fahrenheit and is golden brown. This will take about 15 minutes. Be super careful here not to burn yourself. Once at 340 degrees Fahrenheit, remove the pot from the heat and quickly stir in the butter. Add the baking soda and the cayenne. Pour the mixture into a silicone mat-lined baking pan and sprinkle the toasted New Mexico pecan pieces over the entire pan, allowing them to sink in. The pecans add the perfect buttery crunch to the brittle. Allow this to cool and then coarsely chop the brittle into 1/4-inch pieces. To serve, place a swoosh of some of the acorn squash onto the plate. Pipe some of the acorn squash mixture into the tart shell. Top with some spicy pecan brittle, a little candied bacon, which is of course optional if you want to keep the dish vegetarian, some Parmesan, thyme, and Maldon salt. Finally, add a few pecans and a sprig of thyme on the plate. And there you have it, Acorn Squash Mousse Tart with spicy pecan brittle and candied bacon. These tarts can be served as a nice fall appetizer, an amuse-bouche, or even a light lunch accompanied by a salad. Enjoy!